Welcome back everyone. Today we're going to cover the final content video for chapter 1, dimensional analysis. This is a very important skill and you'll see it on pretty much every chapter test in Gen Chem 1 and 2. Extremely important for calculations, and as you can see it is also a level 2/level 3 skill. Now it's pretty simple to understand, but you want to practice a decent amount of this because you want to be fast. Accuracy is easy, but you will need to do these problems quickly, and they do take a decent amount of time. Without further ado, let's learn the skill, dimensional analysis. The whole concept revolves around conversion factors. In dimensional analysis, we want to interconvert from units extremely fast and accurately. The way we do this is something called a conversion factor. Now, an example of a conversion factor is 1 foot over 12 inches. This conversion factor allows us to calculate inches to feet, and conversely, 12 inches over 1 foot allows us to calculate feet to inches. The basic idea is we're using cross multiplication, we're sort of canceling out the units as we go. Now, sig figs. We covered this last video, but the conversion factors will have infinite sig figs most of the time. There is one exception, and that is when you interconvert between different metrics of measurements. For example, if we take the imperial to a metric system, we will not have any infinite sig figs, rather we'll have the amount of sig figs present in the problem. Now, you won't get many problems, but this is an exception, and in case you do, it will be important to keep this exception in mind. Now let's go through an example in which you will use dimensional analysis to understand how to solve a question you might encounter. Here we have a gas tank that can hold 18.6 gallons. It is 1/4 full, and if the car gets 16 miles per gallon and the sign says the next gas station is in 73 miles, should we stop or should we keep going? Now, usually students like to do a little mental math, write a couple squiggles on the paper, and finally write their answer. You do not want to do this. You want to write out every step properly with units, or you will lose points even with the right answer. Why? Because teachers want to see your work. So, what's the right first step then? Write out all the information of the question. Don't make a stupid mistake like getting the information wrong. Luckily, I have summarized the info here, and so the next step is to set up the conversions. As the problem states, we start out with 1/4 of a gas tank, so we can place that right here. We multiply that by 18.6 gallons over one tank. This lets us cancel out the tank and tells us how many gallons we have in that 1/4 gas tank. From there, we multiply 16 miles over 1 gallon. This lets us cancel out the number of gallons and tells us how many miles we have in that 1/4 tank. And now, if we multiply all of this expression out, we should have 74 miles. And now, since 74 is greater than 73, logically, we can make the trip. Now, common sense tells us we probably shouldn't take that gamble, but it's up to the driver's decision. Anyways, that's the skill you need to know. Make sure you revise well and practice. Good luck studying.